The story began at the exhibition tournament. Goku, accessing Super Saiyan Blue against the participant in Universe 9, was emanating his entire body the essence of a god, which would leave everyone surprised. Rumors among the gods would be heard. This mortal with divine power was something they hadn't seen in existence. This is the power of Universe 7. It's got a few warriors capable of this divine energy. You better make an effort in this tournament. I want to face that warrior. I have an apology for Bouken-sama. Goku defeated his opponent with his iconic Kamehameha technique. Even though his enemy was hundreds of times bigger than him, Goku's power overwhelmed him, defeating him, for which Daishinkan would give the victor of Universe 7. Goku would return to his base state, a masked warrior would go down. Well, who are you? Do you want to confront me? My name's Toppo, and I'm a vigilante from Universe 7. I won't let you get away with it. Because you are the king of everything organized this tournament, I'll grind you to a pulp. Ha! You'll only achieve that if you're more powerful than me, and I doubt that. You better stop. These battles were saved for the real tournament of power. Go back to your respective gods. No, Daishinkan, let him fight. Since my friend Goku wasn't able to show all his power, Universe 9's weak. Let him fight. At the request of Zeno-sama, I'll accept it. Goku from Universe 7 and Toppo from 11. Have a friendly meeting. Enjoy. Goku would get in a battle pose. Toppo, with great speed, was able to lash out against him. They would exchange blows through the combat area. Toppo was able to overcome him because Goku was only fighting with Super Saiyan. Toppo, with a grip, would be able to break his bones, and Goku returning to his base state. All the other gods were surprised by this power of the mortal of Universe 11. Not having divine energy was able to defeat Goku. It doesn't matter that a mortal possesses divine energy. If he isn't able to get a good foundation, he loses against a warrior who doesn't have it. But that's good, real good training there. I'll crush you like the ant you are. Just so you know, Goku isn't used to his divine energy in battle yet. I doubt your warrior could beat him, Belmode. Toppo would use more power, which he planned to destroy his bones as well as his organs. Goku released the power of Super Saiyan Blue, making Toppo move away a few meters, and with a big smile on his face, he'd beat Toppo. Despite everything possible to defend himself wasn't able to compare with the divine power, his blows were capable of causing incredible damage to his soul. I warned you, Belmode. It doesn't matter that he has great training, the divine energy will always be on top and a bonus. Goku's got great training. He could fight against me. The murmurs of the gods would intensify. Beerus, the most powerful god of the 12, even on this occasion all the 11 of destruction faced a battle against Beerus. Despite having multiple serious wounds, would defeat the gods without exception. Returning to the battle, Goku and Toppo were able to release more power, carrying powerful attacks. The one with the most wounds on his body was Toppo, and they would collide their attacks. Incredible pressure would fall in the area, and combat power Daishinkan-sama was able to release his incredible pressure over the place. The friendly match has come to an end. They should not show their max powers until the real tournament of power. Both participants stared at each other, exchanging few words and returning to their gods. Finishing the fight, Daishinkan would announce the rules that would be carried out in this tournament. Explain each of the rules. You can leave. The tournament will be in 2 Earth days. I hope all the universes are ready. Each god would go to their universe. All the gods would fear the power of Universe 7 and 9. Goku possessed divine energy. Toppo had the power to face divine energy. Because the 10 gods of destruction, including Beerus and Belmode, were organized a trap where they both locked warriors in the dimension they weren't able to get out. We must do it once and for all. Since we're not the maximum power Son Goku, his power needs to be able to show us. I know that power. In that case, we must seal it soon. It'll be difficult because of the power of Beerus, who is the most powerful god. We won't be able to do it. But we can have the Super Dragon Balls and seal him away. So that way it would be simpler and we don't have to expose ourselves. That's a great idea. But let's not get a hold of the Super Dragon Balls. They're already under Daishinkan-sama's power. Unless? You better speak up. If you don't possess the power of a warrior who's capable of facing them, we could use them against the time rings with the Dragon Balls this time, and the rings could then return them to their original line. I agree, because we won't have to face Beerus, much less Daishinkan. In the Tournament of Power, we won't have to deal with the 2 most powerful warriors or even facing the power of the gods. That's a great idea. We'll do it that way. Prepare everything to leave for the past or future, but it's gotta be today. The gods headed towards Universe 10. The rings were located there, and the god Rumaush of the Authority of the Universe had the power to use the Rings of Time. Thanks, they were able to reach the different time together, and all the other gods who would quickly gather the Dragon Balls, and the gods were able to use them with great ease. Gods, quickly gather them. Apparently the gods of this timeline realized we're here, so we gotta leave quick. All the gods with the Dragon Balls were able to return to their timeline thanks to the rings. Arriving to the god of Universe 10, they were able to invoke powerful god Zalma. Before the divinity was released, they created a barrier between the 10 gods who were there. Tell me, what is your wish? I can only fulfill one wish. I want you to lock up the warriors Goku from Universe 7 and Toppo from 11, in that dimension that they can't get out. Zalma lit up his eyes. On planet Earth, Goku was meditating while the intention of calming his internal energy. He would disappear from there, arriving at a place completely white similar to the Room of Time. This place was different and changed according to the power of the warrior inside. Goku, being confused, would be surprised to realize that Toppo would also appear. Wow, but if you're Toppo, you know what happened? How did we get here? I was training for the Tournament of Power. Son Goku, I don't know how I got here. They just teleported me and I was training since your power turned out to be amazing. Instantly, Zalma would appear in front of them, leaving them surprised. Toppo would try to see him try to attack, but it would stop Goku. Toppo, stop! That's Zalma! But what's he doing in this place? You've been sent here to this dimension. 10 gods have sealed you in this dimension which you can never leave. I will only inform you that. Goku and Toppo amazed, Zalma would disappear, leaving them doubts, and the gods, Zalma, had disappeared from the Universe 11, spreading the Dragon Balls over the 10 universes. Being that they are barrier, they've been gathered in the same place. Now we must return the Super Dragon Balls to their timeline. Leave that to me. I just grant them the time ring and I can get a dimensional portal and spread these Super Dragon Balls. Drez, holding the Ring of Time, was able to crack the entire space in Universe 10, sending the Dragon Balls to their timeline. Universe 7, Beerus would gather every warrior in that universe. Hey Vegeta, Goku's missing. The 10th warrior would be Frieza, and I've been able to talk to the Guardian of Hell to allow him to leave for a day. What do you say, Beerus? The 10th warrior will be Frieza. Frieza will betray us, since he's always hated the Saiyans. He won't team up with us. You don't have to worry about that. Since the universe has its paradise and hell, if our universe is eliminated, Frieza will disappear. Understand. Answering your second question, no, Mr. Beerus. I don't know where Kakarot is. Since they arrived at the exhibition tournament, I hadn't seen him, since I've been on the lookout for my wife, Bulma. Damn, it's only been a few hours since the start of the tournament. Whis, I want you to locate Goku. Of course, Mr. Beerus, I will at this moment. Whis, with the help of his staff, would start looking for Goku's essence. It'd be impossible since his essence wasn't anywhere in Universe 7. Mr. Beerus, this is worrying. I can't find Goku's essence. It's like he's never been here. Damn it, what happened to Goku? Hopefully he's only training. Just wait a little longer. Otherwise we have to choose someone else, and at least I want to do, because no warrior compares to him. The set time had elapsed, there was only 5 minutes left, and Goku hadn't arrived, because Goku's place would be taken by Yamcha since they had to compete in 10 participants. No, damn. Without the power of Goku, the power of this team's diminished greatly. Vegeta and Frieza's, everything's in their hands. They gotta win. Universe 7 reached the platform in the Tournament of Power. The other universes already reached the tournament. Beerus would realize Toppo was not with his companions either, so Beerus would communicate with Bellmount telepathically. Bellmount, you're my opponent in this tournament, but you're not my enemy. I've got a question. What happened to Toppo? I don't know, Beerus. I wasn't able to find him. Even my angel tried to locate him all over Universe 11, but he disappeared completely. He's damn good for nothing. That's the same thing that happened to Goku. That means that the other gods are working against us, and they must have something with our participants. Right now, they're not able to do anything. I thank each of you for your presence today. I hope you're ready to start with the power. Start fighting! All the warriors launched themselves against the other universes. In the dimension that Zalma had sealed them, Goku with Toppo would expel their power. The intention of cracking the dimension was impossible for them, since the dimension, for a king of the whole, would be difficult to get out. No, damn, the tournament power started! We can't get out of here! For me, this warrior of justice and believe in the word of the gods, they turned their backs on us. I won't forgive them. We have to get out of here, Goku. Both warriors released their power, but they weren't able to do anything. The dimension was created by the same power of the god Dragon Zama, which means for them to get out, they had to overcome the power of their creator. Damn, I hope that little Zeno has mercy on the universes and not eliminate them. I swear these gods will pay. You're counting on Son Goku with me this time. I won't have to let these wretches get away with it. I'll eradicate them. Both warriors immediately promised to put an end to the gods who betrayed them. Although, for this, they must sacrifice their universes. They didn't have the required power to destroy the dimension. For that, we must become more powerful. I agree with you, Goku. Let's do it once and for all. Both warriors began their rigorous training in order to take their revenge on the gods, while on the other hand, in the outside world, the Tournament of Power would continue to demonstrate incredible battles over the platform. A gigantic power made everything tremble, not enough to destroy the dimension. In that time, Goku and Toppo had been able to become more powerful. This time of place was very different. An hour in this world was a year in that place. The time difference was overwhelming, and these warriors increased their powers faster and possessed the energy of a god where they were not affected. Since in this time, Toppo completely mastered his god of destruction state, not able to age and keep his body at the max power, just like Goku possessed the energy of a Saiyan god. Toppo, we've become very powerful. I've been able to access Super Saiyan Blue 2. I'm close to accessing Super Saiyan Blue 3. I've been able to master the state of the god of destruction. I'm sure I can take my body to a new level, and I promise I'll achieve it. Hey, Toppo, how long do you think he spent outside? You think our friends still are alive, or have they been eliminated by the king altogether? To be honest, I doubt my universe will be eliminated. I was not the most powerful warrior in that universe. Jiren's more powerful than me. Wow, that universe is victory then. Apparently the other gods haven't turned, but they managed to get out of here, since we can't stay like this, Toppo. Returned to the Tournament of Power, several universes eliminated by the King of all, Zeno-sama. The gods were surprised since the power that Jiren was able to demonstrate was overwhelming. I can't believe that guy was able to give a hit battle even when it was in the time jump. I thought sealing Goku and that other guy, the universe would have had victory. What's the matter with you, Champa? Is there anything that worries you more than the tournament? Damn it, Vados. You're relaxed because if we lose or win, you angels will be exterminated, but my life's in grave danger. In the Tournament of Power arena, Vegeta, Frieza, Hit, and other great power warriors reached the end of the Tournament of Power, surrounded by Jiren. I hate to admit it, this damn war between all of us and you, we can fight together. His power is amazing. I totally agree with you. I never thought a warrior besides Son Goku would be able to fight against me. He amazed me. That's interesting. It's a pity that their powers are so low. No matter how many ants join, they can't beat a dinosaur like me.
It's a pity, because if several ants join, we can beat you. I hope you're ready to be eliminated.
Multiple warriors in the universes rushed him. Fighting with each of them, the gods were surprised how Jiren had a great numerical disadvantage, giving battle to them, and the god Belmont was relaxed. It doesn't matter how many warriors join. Jiren's power surpasses me. Can't say I'm the most second powerful god, only below Beerus, and I'm sure Jiren would be able to give him battle. Jiren would eliminate every warrior, since his power was devastating when they attacked him. A few combos hit him, but Jiren was able to eliminate the weaker warriors that were attacking him. And on the battlefield, Vegeta, Frieza, and Hit, but despite getting on their feet, their bodies were completely destroyed. Damn, I never thought there'd be such a huge power. His power is capable of destroying us. I'm sure if we unite, we'll be able to do anything. Is this our end?
No, damn. I'm the Emperor of Evil. I can't end up like this. I have to do something against him. I'm Frieza!
Frieza, in anger, would pounce against Jiren, who would exchange thousands of blows. Jiren, it was nothing, since he was able to dodge them, and in a certain blow, Jiren would hold Frieza's arm. You're weak. You can't do anything against me. I'll eliminate you from this tournament and the way you take this place. Jiren, with an incredible blow, sent him flying, leaving only Vegeta and Hit against this power of Jiren. What do they do now? Since they weren't all united, they couldn't do anything. What are they supposed to do? I'm not going to give up easily. I'll hit the legendary assassin of Universe 6, give his life to order beat you. Hit will increase his power on a surprising scale. Even though his power was an outrage, Jiren, it was nothing, because his power was still way above his. Hit would, without saying a word, begin his onslaught, and his bones were destroyed by the excess energy. Despite sacrificing his existence, it wouldn't do anything, and every step it would be followed.
Is that it? You have nothing but a small power increase to exchange your life? You're a worm.
Jiren, with one blow, sent him flying, causing him to spit blood over the battlefield. Vegeta would watch, and his body wouldn't stop shaking. Vegeta would remember his family, Earth, and how he arrived, and how even his greatest Kakarot rival.
What would you do in this situation, Kakarot? Guide me.
You're the only one who would be the most powerful Saiyan of our race. Jiren would approach Vegeta, who had a gloomy look. Knowing that they would be eliminated, even Beerus would no longer say anything, knowing that Vegeta didn't have the required power to do something against Jiren.
Apparently you're more thoughtful than the others.
Since you accepted your destiny, since you don't want to fight, it disappears. Jiren's fist was about to collide with Vegeta's face. Centimeters away, a purple aura would force Jiren away. Vegeta's aura would cause a few scratches.
What? You can give me a few scratches with your aura? You're nothing but an insect.
Vegeta's aura would grow, so much more that everything around him would tremble. Just like the god of a power would be perceived by the other gods, every god would stand up, giving him great power resonance.
What? How did Vegeta access the god of destruction?
Wow, I never thought Mr. Vegeta's emotions would be able to access the power of the god of destruction. Vegeta's incredible aura destroyed everything around him. So, at that moment, he would be able to let himself see his new appearance. His eyes as well as his hair were purple, able to recover all his wounds and received in the battle.
What? I never understand the Saiyans. The more powerful their opponents are, the power they can get is on another level. I didn't expect this, but the power is worthy of me. So finally, a rival. You can attach your power, I'll end you otherwise. I don't know where all this power's come from, but it's time to end this thing.
Vegeta and Jiren got close. Their auras collided, and so much more that the gods could feel their pressures.
I can't believe Universe 7 has such powerful warriors. What happened to Son Goku? That warrior was more powerful than Vegeta. Vegeta, show the power of the whole Universe 7. Do it for your family. I dedicate this victory to my family. And Kakarot, since I don't know where you bastards are, but I'm sure the gods had something to do with this.
Vegeta would watch them in anger, while the gods would not move.
I don't know who the hell Kakarot is, but whatever happened, it happened because he's weak.
And it's because something happened to that damn good-for-nothing worm. Before Jiren could react, Vegeta was able to connect a punch to his stomach, sending him flying through a few mountains generated on the platform. Vegeta would walk towards Jiren.
You better respect Kakarot. He'd finish you off without a movement. And I'm sure he'll finish off the bastards who did something to him that made him not able to participate.
The few gods present with a serious look, while instantly an incredible power would be released. This time, Vegeta's blow caused damage to Jiren's body. Jiren would expel monstrous power, leaving a few gods surprised.
This is amazing. Apparently Vegeta's incredible power overcame Jiren, but I hope he'll be able to beat him. His body was affected by all that power. Being the first time, the burden must be crazy.
I agree with you, Mr. Beerus. Mr. Vegeta can explode, since the power of the God of Destruction is not a game.
We had a small flaw in our desire. We should lock that damn Vegeta up too, since his power turned out to be a nuisance in the same way.
In that dimension, Goku and Toppo would continue with their great training. Several years passed. With their divine energy, the warriors didn't notice the change, but the gigantic power was growing, since their powers had already compared to that of a priest, just as Goku's body would change. Wow, that power I feel running inside me? I've been able to master this state of Super Saiyan Blue 3. I can feel a power that burns me inside.
It could be a power far beyond the Super Saiyan Blue. I also am awakened the power of the God of Destruction. I feel the whole interior burning.
In that case, we can make this power of mine. Since it's very powerful, we can destroy this place.
I don't know which gods had this idea, but believe me, Goku won't let them get away with it.
Both continued their training. In the Tournament of Power, Vegeta, with all his power, generated a great explosion, managing to eliminate the participants present. Jiren and Hit, who at that time were the most powerful warriors still participating.
Wow. Lord Vegeta and the power of God of Destruction was able to generate an explosion, eliminating the warriors. What happened?
In the smoke, they could see a very badly injured Vegeta at his base state. The power of the explosion, together with the power of the God of Destruction, destroyed his body. Not enough to end his life, though.
So the warrior Vegeta from Universe 7 is the winner of the Tournament of Power. Tell me, what's your wish?
Vegeta, with his last energies, would observe all the warriors and Daishinkan.
Revive all the universes destroyed by the great Zeno-sama. That's my wish.
Daishinkan, before asking anything, Vegeta would fall out of combat. Daishinkan went to the powerful god Zalma, asking for Vegeta's wish, getting the gods together with their warriors to revive their respective universes.
Despite it belonging to an evil race, Vegeta's heart is changed on planet Earth. That's gotta be admired. The battles and desires been excellent. I hope to share with Universe 7, since apparently they're extraordinary warriors.
Returning to the time room, a great light would be rising all over the place. This pressure would fall on Toppo's body, but not enough to bend him.
What? Whose pressure is this?
It's enough to make me drop in an incredible way. But a great silver light was possible to observe Goku with silver eyes, and the gaze he gave off was that of peace. A great power is beginning to be released from Goku's body. On this occasion, he left Toppo surprised. That great power almost bent him. While Goku could observe with a great silver light, of appearance very similar to his base state, it would look completely different.
Wow, but the power released belongs to Goku? How's he able to get that level? I can't believe it.
Goku wouldn't say anything, but with a roar, he would bend Toppo. Because the pressure he increased was incredible. Toppo would be on the ground, unable to move, and despite the difficulty, he would access his state of God of Destruction. That pressure was not so powerful to leave him on the ground. The several hours of his bones had been compromised by that incredible pressure he released.
Goku, you better control yourself. That power is able to go crazy, and it can cause damage to your body.
Goku instantly took a few steps. He'd fall on the ground, slumped, and hundreds of lightning bolts pierced his body. That power was the Ultra Instinct, a power beyond the understanding of the gods, and he was able to master it and would require incredible endurance.
I knew that all that power had a price, but how he was able to get it and how not to assimilate it? Even I, who overcome the God of Destruction, is bent like a child. Must be a nightmare.
Outside, it had already been a few months. Since Vegeta had won the Tournament of Power, all the warriors gathered at Bulma's, as well as the deities of Universe 7. It's better that we gather the Dragon Balls, and that I with my staff couldn't find Goku. That means I'm much more powerful than him. We were able to get him.
I agree. And those beings who have been gods, I doubt any warrior could leave no trace of Goku. But Mr. Beerus, being the most powerful deity of this universe, you can review the Hell of Paradise? I know it's unlikely, but they'll be able to send Goku's life.
It's impossible, because if his soul is in the two places, we could feel his essence. Every universe has its hell and paradise, so every angel can feel every presence.
Huh, seems more complicated than expected.
In that case, we have to gather the Dragon Balls to have one more clue. Bulma, I understand you can reserve one of the awards on your birthday. Can we use them right now? I want to know what happened to my dad, since it's not possible he disappeared without a trace. Of course, Gohan. Don't worry, Goku's my best friend. I've known him all my life. I'll do everything I can to help him. Bulma would summon Shenron, because in this everything would darken and Shenron would make an appearance.
Tell me, I can fulfill your 3 wishes, the ones you want. How long has it been without seeing you, Shenron? In this moment, I want you to do something for me. Because if you could help us right now.
Shenron's expression would change. Beerus was feared by the gods, but he would keep his composure.
Of course, Beerus. Tell me, how can I help you?
That Saiyan Son Goku or Kakarot disappeared. We ask for your help so we can get some clues.
Shenron would investigate his great power. He got closer to the corners of the universe, and a gigantic barrier wouldn't allow him to access that place. Instead, he was able to observe 10 gods, while the top of the whole place was the powerful dragon god Zalma.
Mr. Beerus, I don't know what happened to Goku, but 10 gods of destruction have to do with his disappearance, like the dragon god Zalma.
Well, Goku showed to this tournament of power has been much to the force of those who use the Super Dragon Balls, but I feel that something doesn't add up. Beerus would instantly expel an incredible power and would terrify everyone. The entire Universe 7 was shaken.
Those bastards, they traveled back in time. And the powerful Daishaken, he used the possessions of the Super Dragon Balls and they couldn't be activated again for 2 days. They made me irritated.
I hadn't thought of that, Mr. Beerus. You're right, because if the gods could use the Super Dragon Balls, they'd do something against Goku, and Daishaken would not have been able to revive the universes eliminated by Zeno-sama.
In that case, what can we do, Shenron? Any suggestions?
I'm sorry, I can't compare myself to Zalma, so it's impossible for me to get information with Son Goku.
I understand. With that clue, you've given us enough. I have to meet with those damn traitors and I'll beat the information out of them.
In that case, I'm retiring.
The Dragon Balls were scattered over Earth again, while Beerus would look with anger and observe Whis.
We gotta leave to Universe 10. We have a serious conversation with the god Ramush of that universe, and if he doesn't talk, I don't want you to intervene, Whis, since I plan to get the information out of him.
I understand, Mr. Beerus. With your permission, we're leaving. Both deities went to the god Ramush of Universe 10, for which they instantly arrived, and the deities of Universe 10 received them kindly.
Beerus, for how long? It's been first to let me tell you thank you. I was able to find out thanks to a warrior of universe, we're able to come back to life. And if you want to be grateful, you tell me the wish that you made for the Super Dragon Balls. It'll be better if you answer me the good way, since I plan to get the information out of you one way or another. Well, what are you saying? No matter what the hell you're talking about, how can we use the Super Dragon Balls if Daishaken at him?
Ramush, without being able to see anything, he received a blow to his stomach, powerful enough to make him spit out blood all over the place.
I'll ask you one more time. What was the wish you asked for the Super Dragon Balls? You're the god of Universe 10. You can get the Rings of Time at your disposal, and they'll never take me by the hair. Apparently denying it won't be any good. But you want the information you're looking for, and you're completely wrong. You have to force me. Heh, it's been a while since I had to battle. I knew you wouldn't be able to give me that info. You better get ready.
Ramush would instantly expel his power. Everything around him shuddered, and that power he released was capable of making the entire Universe 10 shudder. Beerus wasn't surprised. His true power far exceeded Ramush's.
I hope you have more power than that, because if this is your max, you disappoint me. Since you can't do anything against me, or you've forgotten the fear you had of me. Ramush, despite remembering the fear he had of Beerus, would rush him trying to hit him. Beerus, with the blows like a simple child was hitting him, he was able to dodge the blows with his eyes closed. The battle progressed, and the desperation on Ramush's face was evident. What's going on, huh? Is that all you got? I thought you'd be a worthy opponent since you're one of the most useless gods.
Ramush, while still trying to say something, Beerus, with an overwhelming speed, inserted his hand into his chest.
If you don't want to die, tell me everything you know, because I won't hesitate to end your pathetic life if you don't tell me what I want to know.
Ramush would remember the words of Katla of Universe 4. In that case, Beerus and Belmont are able to discover what we know with our current power and can't face them, so we give you this. A pearl of dark energy would enter Ramush's body, since he was the most dangerous god among the 10 of the destruction. I know you won't like it the way it's activated. The only way for us, Beerus or Belmont, to end your life, it's an incredible power that explodes.
With all that great power, you must defeat them, yes, since it is authentic destructive energy of all of us, even with a little energy of the god massacre. I understand, and I appreciate you care about me.
Returned to the battlefield, Beerus held Ramush's heart, expelling too much blood.
Tell me what I need to know, and I promise I'll let you live. And just tell me where the hell Goku went.
Ramush, despite all the pain, spit at Beerus' face. Beerus angry because in one fell swoop he ripped his heart out.
I'm sorry, Angel Cuss, but this had to be done. I can't let that damn god cheat us out of my universe.
I understand, Beerus-sama. It's a pity that Ramush-sama wasn't defeated yet, but you guys apparently chose to be on the side of a mortal.
What are you supposed to be saying, huh? I ripped out his heart. No living being is capable of being alive without his main organ.
Ramush-sama has planned for you, and Mr. Belmont would find everything that happened, so he preferred to not take risks or take a few precautions.
At that moment, Ramush's body would form a kind of flesh which would likewise create a warrior, while his power would begin to increase in an unreal way.
What the hell are they supposed to have done? It's not possible to be able to stay alive after losing a heart.
Beerus would be put out of his thoughts. A new warrior would move impressively, being able to be a few centimeters from him.
What's going on, Beerus? You're shaking in fear this time? You better get ready, because you hit me and you have to get ready to get hit.
Beerus trying to rush him, Ramush would dodge the blow and connect millions of blows over Beerus. While that battle was going on, Goku had been able to wake up, his body with multiple wounds due to the excess energy of the Ultra Instinct.
My body hurts! What the hell's that transformation? My hair's back to black, but if it was not transformed, that's strange.
I agree with you, but I miss the power that you were able to release was overwhelming. I'm sure that currently you can overcome the power of a Guardian Angel Daishinken.
I'm sure that too, but we've got to be more powerful in that case. The high commands turn us against us to require the power able to defeat them.
I doubt the Divine Kingdom can turn against us. We haven't done anything. We're the ones affected by the damn gods who betrayed us.
I swear they'll pay. I won't let them get away with it.
Goku would continue meditating, the intention of recovering completely. On the battlefield, Beerus was able to dodge several blows of Ramush. The blows were able to connect him, generating damage, while Beerus was hitting Ramush's body. His fists hurt because Ramush's resistance increased incredibly.
What's going on, Beerus? Where's your power which you hit me before? Or are you only able to abuse your power of the weak gods? You've really increased your power. Let me tell you that the power you've been able to get's not real. At this moment, I, the most powerful god of the universe, will show you the true power of a super god.
I hope everything you say is true, because in that case, showing that pathetic power, I'll have to finish you in one move.
Ramush-sama, you don't have to allow Beerus to access 100% of his power. You know better than anyone that Beerus' power is incredible. What's more, even all the gods together have not been able to beat him.
Don't worry, I'm able to beat Beerus.
Beerus would expel his power, making the Universe 10 shake entirely. Beerus was able to access 100% of his power, and that power had the Divine Pearl granted by Ramush of Universe 10. Because of this time, Beerus was the most powerful god and able to keep up with him. Beerus would agree to use 100% of his power.
I don't know how you're able to get the Divine Pearl. It doesn't interest me. Right now, I plan to end your existence. You're not a being whose life I should spare, since you would get in my universe and eliminate my friend. Don't say stupid things, Beerus. You're no one's friend. You're just all living beings at your convenience. And at this moment, you don't say such stupid things. To use them or not, it's none of your business. I want you to tell you what you've done with Goku. Otherwise, I'm gonna end your life. Don't you only be able to say that your power's greater than mine. I highly doubt that. My power can surpass you by dozens. Ramush, tell me how much you've seen 100% of my power. You don't know what fear is? You're in luck, because today you'll know true terror.
He would instantly give a small smile, saying to himself,
Ramush has no chance. It doesn't matter that he could use the Divine Pearl. Lord Beerus' power is on par with that of an angel. Only Beerus retains that power, and his training has results.
Ramush's confidence of the Divine Pearl would approach Beerus with arrogance because Beerus seemed to be without guard.
Beerus, if you want to be able to beat me, you have to have some guard. Otherwise, I won't be able to do something against me, but...
Before Ramush could finish speaking, Beerus was able to connect an incredible blow on his chin, being powerful enough to send him flying into a few mountains, destroying them.
Although it seems that you have low guard, we're gods. You should trust that fact? Of course not. Since we've always had the respect of the enemy, it's something that you should not understand. Your ending's written, Ramush. Ramush was on the ground vomiting blood and trying to stand, which was impossible because his legs were shaking.
What was that? How has it caused this much damage with one of the punches? I have the Divine Pearl!
It's a pity, Ramush. The Divine Pearl is only able to release its true potential for your body and multiply it by 5. Your pathetic power is nothing. No matter how many times they multiply your power, it's still pathetic. Ramush, despite being angry, would not be able to do anything to stand. He would notice the blow of Beerus and would contain a large amount of destructive energy that is along with angelic energy, which would be deadly for any warrior, no master of both. Beerus would hold Ramush by the neck. You better talk. I'm planning to wipe out the last molecule of your body. I'm not interested in you being able to end my existence. I'm not a traitor. And if you're interested in that saying, it's because you've planned to do something with him. On the other hand, you're right. Never name the fact of your ending your existence. That'd be the benevolence of you and something that you don't deserve. Beerus' aura, the same death would be observed. This time, Beerus was able to materialize his aura, and having a great instinct on the battlefield, his own aura was able to represent death. With this, you'll prefer to die. I want to see how much you'll be able to endure. Palms of death. Rapture of divine essence. The death in the aura of Beerus was able to deliver hundreds of blows all over Ramush's body. The blows, despite not doing him a physical harm, was much more serious in damage, because this time it would cause him to the entire soul, and in this case destroying the soul completely. It wouldn't matter that they would gather the Super Dragon Balls, Ramush would not be part of anything. This technique was similar to that of the destruction of the gods, and this destruction would cause him agony. Beerus would stop his punching combo and start moving closer towards Ramush. You ready to talk or you want more? No matter how much you do, Ramush, you can't do anything against me. Have you forgotten who's the most powerful god among the 12? Ramush would try to crawl, but Beerus would hold him by his legs, burying him into the entire base of the planet, generating a few explosions due to the power he exerted. In the dimension of Goku, he was meditating, and he opened his eyes, they were silver. While there was great pressure present over the place, Goku would control it.
This present's incredible! I can bear this power! I feel like I'm capable of breaking bones. I must control this power.
Wow, you've been able to control a little bit of this amazing power. That amazes me, Goku. What's more is expected from a warrior race.
Thanks, Toppo. We've been in this place for millennia, even millions of years. Apparently this time we have to get out of here. What do you think? We have a last training, and we're gonna have to leave.
That seems cool to me, Goku. But what if we have a match?
That seems great. I know that our power's increased, so let's do it.
I want to know how much you've been able to increase your power.
But let's combat to be in about 1 month, since I want to train a little more, since apparently the power you have is amazing. I very hardly would be able to face it, and I don't want to disappoint you. Wow, I understand. In that case, let's master all this power. In about a month, we'll battle up, will be legendary. Both powers did know is that their powers were already on par with that of a priest. In this team, they'd be able to defeat Daishinken. To reach the power of Zeno-sama, they still lacked too much, and there was something said to be minimal. In power scales, something minimal who could define the lives and who wins. And for that reason, they decided to train. Returning to the battle, Beerus humiliated Ramush multiple times, who on this occasion wasn't able to move, and his soul was destroyed. Ramush's last chance. Tell me, what have you done with Goku or Toppo, or else this next blow will end your life? Ramush, without being able to answer, would accept his end, and Beerus would use Energy Scythe, which he had planned to end Ramush's life. However, the Energy Scythe would be completely destroyed by the Staff of Angel Kuss. I cannot allow him to end Ramush's life, because if he ends Ramush's life, the balance in the 12 universes will be destroyed. You're mistaken, Kuss, because the balance was broken since a god was able to enter another universe, not belonging to his god's consent. Those are minor rules, but ending the life of a god would bring wrath of the mighty king at all.
That's why I don't plan to let him end. If you don't stop me, I promise you won't intervene in our battle. I just inform you that she's an angel. Don't hesitate to use all your power.
Don't say stupid things. It doesn't matter that you're the most powerful god of the 12 gods. It's impossible for a god to compare to the guardian angel. Beerus without warning would appear in front of Cuss, because being able to connect a blow on her face, which on this occasion would almost send her to the ground, and the great ability on the battlefield would be able to pull herself in the air. What the hell is going on? How is it possible a simple god's able to beat me? Are the gods really on par with us angels? I know that we have hundreds of questions. The gods are not on the level of an angel. That's common gods. I've been able to surpass the power of an angel, only finding myself below Whis and the supreme angel Daishinken. What is that you said? It's crazy! No god can count on the power beyond an angel, because it's even against the rules. What rules? He never says a god can't surpass an angel, only that you've been blessed with the joy of having great power since birth. Doesn't mean they're insurmountable. I'm proof of that. Sister, you better not fight against Beerus, since you will lose your life together with your god. Better give us the transformation need to be able to heal all the wounds of Ramush. No, damn! I won't let a simple god be able to beat me! I'm an angel! This can't be happening! Cuss, without accepting the harsh reality, would pounce against Beerus, but Beerus, without trusting himself, knew his opponent was an angel, and would dodge each of the blows that he wasn't able to dodge, managed to counteract them. And irritated Cuss much more would be a girl, because Beerus would instantly hold Cuss's arms, exerting great power and mobilizing her.
Cuss, calm down. I don't want to hurt you. Just collaborate with us. I don't plan to eradicate all the gods involved. You can avoid this by giving me the information I need.
Never. I won't tell you nothing. If you want to end my life, do it. But this is my father. Daishinken would take revenge, and nothing will be able to overcome the power of an angel. The power of the great priest will never be able to overcome. A great pressure would fall on Cuss's body. Whis would be angry and would pass by Beerus' side, staring at his sister. Are you threatening us? Don't make me laugh. You better than anyone know that Daishinken's power is higher than mine. It's not by much, and likewise even my father would get angry if they find out they have traveled in time. Cuss, before saying anything, was hit with an incredible power in her stomach, causing her to fall to the planet, destroying everything while she watched a great fury. I'll not end up with you out of respect of our parents. I do plan to lock you in an alternate dimension, from which you will be able to get out by being able to overcome my power at the max. Don't say that, brother, please. I cannot tell them anything. Don't seal me, I implore you. I don't want to die in an alternate dimension. Who said you would die? You're totally wrong. In that dimension, you will inhabit the whole existence. And that's what a traitor like you deserves. Whis would hold his staff to the point at Cuss, which would panic and would escape from the entire Universe 10. No matter how high speed, Whis already had it completely fixed, being pulled by a whirlwind of energy, being sealed in one dimension by the staff completely. That's what happens for her to be impertinent.
Whis, what are we going to do in this time? The god of Universe 10 didn't want to collaborate. Will we go to another universe?
It will be best, because if this time it was Son Goku, next time it'd be just you, the most powerful god. We have to end the problem and end the promoters of this. Meanwhile, the room of the month had already passed. Goku had been training the Master Ultra Instinct completely, being able to adapt the perfect Ultra Instinct as his new base state. Goku would approach Toppo, and everything would be destroyed, since Toppo's power of the God of Destruction state was incomparable. This time, everything around him was lava and hundreds of lightning. Wow, the power of a God of Destruction is amazing, and much more, he's able to destroy it and master it. This battle'll be interesting.
Well, you're already prepared for our battle. This'll be interesting, but allow me. I plan to access the maximum power of a God of Destruction.
Toppo, channeling his power, would destroy everything, accessing the state of the God of Destruction. The pressure would be released and the surroundings was amazing, because this time even Jiren, any god or angel, would not be able to stand that pressure, with the exception of the deities of Universe 7. Wow, the power you're releasing is amazing! I'm gonna release mine! Goku would release much more of his power and the imperfect Ultra Instinct, being able to create a galaxy under his feet. Same way the pressure was released was amazing. Because of this, both pressures would collide brutally.
I hope you're ready. The same for you, Goku.
The final battle of both warriors would begin, being able to leave the dimension to which the gods had sent them. A destruction would be caused in the dimension where they were locked, because their power levels were in an incomparable range.
Toppo, I hope you're prepared. It'll be our final training before we go out and finish those guys.
I'm completely prepared. Whenever you want to attack, I'm surprised at the state you're able to get to. It seems that you're able to get that base state, but the power that runs through your body is incredible.
You've been able to realize it. It's an amazing perception you have of the divine energy. Your energy's destructive, but let's start.
Goku at a great speed would attack Toppo, and they would both exchange millions of blows. Toppo, thanks to the god of destruction of energy, was able to keep Goku at bay, and a little oversight would completely pulverize him. Goku, thanks to the imperfect Ultra Instinct, would dodge most of Toppo's blows, and outside, Beerus and Whis were on the planet again.
Damn it, we have to finish these deities in Universe 10. Despite not that we're able to get our transformation, it's frustrating.
I can imagine how you feel, Mr. Beerus, but don't worry, since it's normal. Even I, despite being a neutral being, I feel terrible that I had to seal my sister. But we had no choice. Her actions were questionable.
I agree with you, Whis. There's nothing I don't like. It'd be better to go to Universe 11 and talk to Bellmound. We need to know if he knows anything about Toppo.
I doubt he has any information, but apparently he's not interested in the slightest what happened to his warrior. That's okay, let's go. Whis, together with Beerus, would leave for Universe 11. Getting to the planet Bellmound with a few minutes, was greeted by his angel.
Well, well, but if the deities in Universe 7 and my brother Whis and his destroyer god Beerus-sama.
Well, this is a surprise. I didn't think that I'd see you in my universe. Beerus, what brings you here, since we have nothing pending to talk about? Bellmound, you really forgot the existence of Toppo? What kind of god are you? You're completely unforgivable. Your warrior was willing to sacrifice for the tournament and you just forgot him like trash.
Well, first off, Beerus, mind your business. Second, everyone's replaceable. I don't know what happened to him. Whatever happened to him, it was because he was weak. Even if he wasn't, he would still be here.
Beerus, instantly angry, would try to pounce against Bellmound, and incredible pressure would fall on everyone, being so much that both angels would fall to the ground, not able to move. Instantly, Beerus was able to recognize the clothing of the warriors who were in front of him.
If you are Son Goku, where have you been? I'm surprised you're alive. I thought these useless bastards did something to you. Made a mistake, apparently.
No, Beerus-sama, they really colluded against us. Thank you for taking the time to find out. You're very different from that damn Bellmound.
The incredible pressure continued to fall on the Universe 11, while Whis and Beerus were able to move without difficulty. Toppo would approach Bellmound, being able to observe him intently.
So that's what you think about me. I've nothing to reproach you. Since you have said it, I agree. If you're weak, I would not be eating dirt now. So you're still more of a worm.
Bellmound, with his pride shattered, would try to stand. It'd be impossible, since the pressure over the place was incomparable, and his bones were destroyed by the pressure of Toppo, because Goku's pressure would be deactivated.
Don't worry, I'm not an overachiever like you. I'll lower my pressure to the lowest so we can have a fight if you're able to beat me. I'll spare your life on the contrary. If I'm able to beat you, I'll destroy you completely.
Toppo's pressure would decrease, and despite decreasing it as much as possible, Bellmound's body couldn't move freely. The power that they'd been able to get in this time even surpassed that of Daishinken. A few simple gods of destruction weren't able to do anything against him.
Damn it! This is all Beerus' fault. He came at the worst time because if Toppo hadn't listened, none of this would happen.
I don't know what the hell you're thinking of, you traitor. I'm able to decrease my pressure even more possible, so you better get ready, otherwise I'll end your life without any effort.
No, Toppo, wait! Oh, this is a misunderstanding. What you heard wasn't real. I looked for you, but knowing your whereabouts, I just thought you left for another universe.
Toppo, with great anger, would move in a straight line. No one was able to see him, and would connect a blow to Bellmound's stomach, falling to the ground, vomiting blood.
You better not say stupid things to me, because I know very well you don't care about my well-being. Beerus-sama, who cared about the whereabouts of his warrior, you don't serve as the protector of this universe.
Bellmount at that moment, his bones were destroyed. He'd stand up and try to throw himself against Toppo, but his gravity would fall on his body, making him sink into the entire surface of the planet, and the pressure didn't fall on his angel. I have no plans to do anything with you if you don't intervene. I also understand that angels aren't capable of contradicting their gods. Toppo would begin to massacre Bellmount. Despite him trying to defend himself, it was impossible. The power was different from that abysmal child as an adult. Bellmount, compared to Toppo, was like a child. All the other gods realized the fall of Ramush of Universe 10, and because of this, these gods held an emergency meeting on the planet of Universe 12. But instantly, all the gods arrived. They were able to perceive Bellmount's power to rapidly descend.
This is really bad. Bellmount's the second most powerful god, only below Beerus. His power is decreasing.
I must be my brother Beerus. That damn worm had high esteem for that Saiyan Goku. Bellmount has nothing to do with it.
No, it's not Beerus, as I feel the power of Beerus in his resting state. A power is even capable of overshadowing the angels located on one side of them.
In that case, we must find out what's happening. We, the gods, can't allow ourselves to be eliminated by such worms.
If you judge me, I believe that it's Beerus or Goku, and Toppo is able to get out of that dimension, which we tried to seal him.
Ha! Don't say stupid things, Champa. Even though they have great power, it's completely impossible that they could leave the great dragon Zoma. Don't say stupid things.
Several gods would be observed more nervous because if it was true, they wouldn't have a chance against Goku and Toppo. A great rumble would be felt on the 12 universes, so powerful that it would destroy everything, and a great pressure would fall on the gods on the Universe 12. In this part, returning to the battlefield, Toppo would hold Bellmount by the neck.
I've had enough humiliating you. You don't serve as a warm-up. You're nothing but a worm. You didn't even give me a scratch.
Toppo, carrying a large sphere of destructive energy, would bring it closer to Bellmount, who would on this occasion not be able to do anything.
This energy, I'll disintegrate you. You won't be a part of anything, like you've never existed.
Toppo's energy would be about to collide with Bellmount. Jiren, the most powerful mortal of Universe 11, was able to save Bellmount with incredible speed, prostrating in the sight of Margarita.
But if you're Toppo, what happened? What's the reason you were able to end Bellmount's life? We were partners, but if you try to end Bellmount's life, like you'd be able to defeat me first.
Jiren, long time no see. You better get out of the way, because right now I have the power to stand up to you, so you better get out of the way. As I've told you, I will not allow you to end Bellmount's life. This god of Universe 11, if you ended the life of the whole balance will be lost. I don't know what happened to you, but don't let it go. You can't do this.
Let it go? Are you saying that? No matter how many years I spent locked up in an alternate dimension, and you being my partner weren't able to do anything to help me.
I'm sorry, but it happened for you for some reason, because you were weak. If you had great power, none of this would have happened. So the fault is not anyone else's. It's yours for being an impertinent worm. Without Jiren noticing, Goku's hand was touching his shoulder.
It'd be better to calm down.
If I were your opponent, you, the famous Jiren that Toppo talked about so much, you don't possess such great power as I thought.
You remind me of Vegeta's Saiyan of Universe 7. I don't know if they have something in common or just the race, but I'll destroy you.
What happened to Vegeta? Of course I know him. We're friends and rivals.
This is great, since you and I'll be able to take revenge on that damn one. Since their own damn fault of the universe was destroyed, and not according to that, he was able to revive us. I don't need mercy, but now I'll end your life.
That's amusing. It's a pity because if you couldn't end Vegeta's life, much less you'll be able to do something against me.
Jiren, annoyed, would try to throw a punch at Goku, but surprised, Goku was able to stop his punch with one of his hands and without making even a slight effort.
What are you doing? You want to die so fast?
In Zeno-sama's realm, Daishinkan noticed the energy of life of the two gods of destruction had disappeared.
That's extremely strange, since the gods, the most powerful entities of the 12 universe, only below me and Zeno-sama.
Daishinkan, with his great mental power, would investigate everything happening in the 12 universes. Jiren then rushed against Goku, while Toppo would hold Bellmount again, realizing that Bellmount had left for another world, and the injuries he generated were serious.
Ha! You saved yourself from that damn good-for-nothing. I'd be able to destroy your body, and you can't come back to life.
Toppo, using a little of destructive energy, would be able to destroy Bellmound's entire body, and Goku would be able to play with Jiren, since the difference in powers were abysmal. Jiren, annoyed, would try to hit Goku, but Goku was able to dodge the blows. Goku, with a great roar, was able to take him away from the battlefield. I don't have time to play with you, and you don't even know what we've been through. I won't lock you up in that place, because if you had the same determination as ours, you'd get out. I'm planning to end you. Ha! And you think you'll end my life? You're wrong. Goku, cold, would not be characteristic of him, collided with an incredible blow to his face, ending his life in a single blow, while Goku approached Beerus and Whis with a smile, and all that place of the great golden light was able to observe himself while an incredible power would be present. Wow, this is the pressure of Daishinken-sama. So I've finally been able to get the pressure to one of the most powerful beings in the 12 universes. His pressure is not able to overcome mine. Goku would likewise release his incredible pressure, and the power of both intentions started to collide in a great way. Gogeta floated in the sky, surrounded by the imposing energy of his new form. The stars seemed to pale before the intensity of his blue radiance, as Takagami recovered from the initial impact and adopted a defensive posture. What kind of transformation is this? This is the power of those who fight for something greater than themselves! With a flash, Gogeta disappeared, appearing in front of Takagami in the blink of an eye. The clash of their fists created shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Gogeta's speed and strength were unmatched, surpassing even Takagami's ability to anticipate his blows. Gogeta and Takagami exchanged blows and energy blasts at breakneck speed. Each impact resounded like cosmic thunder, creating an epic symphony on planet Earth. Your attempt to revive your so-called gods ends here, Takagami. Ha 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 ha! But you're a bug in the face of the greatness of my power. In an instant, Gogeta unleashed a burst of concentrated energy, enveloping Takagami in a whirlwind of light and force. When the light dissipated, Takagami emerged unharmed, but with a more serious expression. Interesting, but not enough. The battle was reaching cosmic levels, with ripples of energy spreading across the far reaches of the universe. Meanwhile, the other Z warriors watched the sky, appreciating Gogeta's great power of display and Takagami's resilience and viciousness. The roar of battle echoed in every corner of the universe. Gogeta and Takagami, wrapped in an endless dance of energy, continued their titanic confrontation. Space twisted and trembled under the influence of their powers, creating distortions itself. Bursts of energy expanded like lightning, illuminating the darkness of the night sky with dazzling flashes. Each blow between the two contenders seemed to release an explosion of energy that spread in concentric waves, setting the frantic pace of the cosmic battle. Away from the battlefield, the others watched in anguish and admiration. Bulma, with a mixture of fear and hope in her eyes, clung to the hope that Gogeta would prevail. Come on, Gogeta, you must win! For all of us! Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Gogeta and Takagami continued their fierce exchange. Determination burned in Gogeta's eyes, while Takagami maintained a defiant smile, though his expression hid a growing unease. This is for the price you pay for defying the peace of the universe! With a swift movement, Gogeta vanished and reappeared behind Takagami, launching an energy-charged punch straight at his back. But Takagami, anticipating, quickly spun around and blocked the attack with the dark energy shield. Haha! Is that all you got? In response, Gogeta intensified his assault, unleashing a continuous flurry of punches and kicks. Each impact resounded like thunder. But Takagami, though outmatched in speed, resisted with his dark power, countering the attacks with deft movements. During the scuttle, Takagami took advantage of the prevalent moment of openness and opened up a launched energy bolt straight for Gogeta's chest. The resulting explosion shook the universe and Gogeta was thrown backwards, leaving a trail of blue energy. Is that all hope can do? Gogeta recovered quickly, stood up with determination. The glow of his transformation increased even more. This is far from over. The battle continued, leading them again to display an ever-increasing amount of power. In this fury, Gogeta unleashed power that defied the laws of the universe, and Takagami, despite his arrogance, began to show signs of concern. The tension was palpable. The Z Warriors felt the intensity of the confrontation, even when they were a long distance away from where the battle for the future of the planet was taking place. Piccolo was seriously watching, calculating every move and thinking if at some point this battle, which was far from over, would be a favorable outcome. Piccolo, in his thoughts,
Goku, Vegeta, we trust you. You must win this battle.
The battle reached a new climax when Gogeta and Takagami met at an eminent point in the battle. The energy emanated from them, illuminating the vastness of the dark sky, creating a dazzling spectacle of colors and flashes.
You cannot escape darkness. Darkness will never prevail over light.
You're a fool if you think your light can eclipse my power.
Suddenly, a voice echoed in Gogeta's mind, a familiar but distant voice.
Gogeta, do not underestimate your enemy. Truth lies within strength.
The transmission abruptly cut off, leaving Gogeta bewildered. Before he could reflect on it, however, Takagami lunged towards him with surprising speed, unleashing a series of punches and kicks that left Gogeta struggling to keep up. At that moment, a fleeting image flashed through Gogeta's mind, a vision of his loved ones, of his purpose, and the responsibility he carried on his shoulders. The energy of the transformation fanned, and Gogeta, with newfound determination, struck back with renewed ferocity.
This is the limit of your tyranny, Takagami.
The limit's up to you, Gogeta, and your limit is my power.
Suddenly, the sky around him fragmented, and multiple distorted versions of Takagami emerged from the dimensional rifts, each with a malevolent grin.
You cannot defeat me, Gogeta. I am eternal. I'm a god.
You may be powerful, but I'm not alone in this.
The battle reached a new intensity as multiple distorted incarnations of Takagami surrounded Gogeta. Each emanated a dark energy that defied the laws of the universe. The air itself seemed to vibrate with the pressure of their combined presences. At that precise moment, Goku and Vegeta's fusion had come to an end due to the amount of power they had used in order to stand up to Takagami. Goku and Vegeta, although they had returned to their individual forms after the fusion, knew that the key by defeating Takagami lay in perfect unity and coordination.
Vegeta, we're in this together. Let's give all our power to be able to confront him so we can free Yamcha from this so-called god.
Yes, Kakarot, this insect will not defeat us.
The Z Warriors watched in amazement, aware that the fate of the universe hung in the balance. Piccolo analyzed this situation, looking for any weaknesses that could be exploited. The others prepared to act if the opportunity presented itself. Goku and Vegeta, now separated, their fusion as Gogeta, faced Takagami with determination in their eyes. The dark presence of the supposed god loomed over them, but the Saiyans were determined to free Yamcha and put an end to the threat he posed.
Vegeta, we need to coordinate our attacks. We've always been stronger when we fight together.
For once, I agree with you, Kakarot. This insect will pay for what he did.
The two Saiyans lunged towards Takagami, attacking with a combination of punches and ki blasts. Takagami, though powerful, was momentarily overwhelmed by the timing of the two warriors. However, his sinister laugh echoed across the battlefield.
Your union will change nothing. My power is unlimited.
Goku and Vegeta exchanged glances, realizing that the situation was more serious than they had imagined. Takagami unleashed a wave of dark energy that sent them flying, but they quickly recovered, ready to continue the fight. The Z Warriors watched with concern. Gohan, though a bit intimidated by Takagami's power, maintained his unwavering determination. Piccolo, with his keen intelligence, pointed out a possible weakness.
It seems his power is linked to some source. We must find a way to break that connection.
Goten and Trunks, who had arrived along with Gohan, eager to join the battle, looked at their parents with concern. However, Piccolo stopped them.
Guys, we need a plan before we launch into battle. Your strength will be crucial at the right time.
While the Z Warriors thought of a plan, Goku and Vegeta continued their fierce assault against Takagami. Every time it seemed they were about to defeat him, his power increased and the evil emanating from him intensified.
Ha 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 ha! Your resistance is useless. My power thrives on despair and suffering.
Then we must find a way to change that. Vegeta, we need to attack together, but with a strategy.
You're finally thinking clearly, Kakarot. Let's do it!
The two Saiyans, coordinating their movements, executed a series of synchronized attacks. Although Takagami was defending himself skillfully, he began to show signs of discomfort. The connection between his power and the external source seemed to be faltering. At that instant, Piccolo noticed the opportunity.
Now is the time. Gohan, wait for the opening we'll give you so you can attack. Goten, Trunks, follow me on my signal.
Gohan nodded, conveying a look of confidence to his friends. Goten and Trunks prepared to act on Piccolo's directions.
Everyone, let's send our energies to Goku and Vegeta. We must strengthen their connection and weaken Takagami's source of power.
The Z Warriors gathered their energies and, with a coordinated effort, sent a stream of ki skyward. Goku and Vegeta, sensing the surge of power, seized the opportunity.
They're doing it! Come on, Vegeta!
The connection between Goku, Vegeta, and the Z Warriors created a unique synergy. Energy flowed through them, strengthening their resolve and weakening Takagami's external source of power.
This can't be happening!
The darkness surrounding Takagami began to dissipate, due to the large amount of energy they were receiving from their friends. Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, observing the battle, noticed the opportunity to intervene.
Now, guys, let's go!
Goten and Trunks took flight into the sky where Goku and Vegeta were, joining the fight against Takagami. With the energy of the Z Warriors strengthening the connection between Goku and Vegeta, the real battle was about to begin. The fusion of powers of the Saiyans between father and son created an explosion of energy that enveloped Takagami. The fight intensified, but now, with hope and determination as their allies, Goku, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks were ready to face the Dark God and free the universe from his evil domain. The burst of energy that enveloped Takagami reverberated throughout the universe. The fusion of the powers of Goku, Vegeta, and his sons created a symphony of forces, illuminating the sky with a brilliant radiance that defied the darkness Takagami had tried to impose. Takagami, enveloped in the luminescence of the combined energy, struggled to maintain his composure. The connection between his power and the source of his power, Yamcha, was weakening with every second, and his sinister laugh began to turn into growls of frustration.
We're making progress, Vegeta!
Yes, but let's not let our guard down. It's not over.
As the Saiyans continued their coordinated offensive, Goten and Trunks and their Super Saiyan forms joined the battle. The pressure on Takagami intensified, as he now faced not only the two adult Saiyans, but also that of his sons. The coordination between them was impressive, and every move was backed by the combined strength of the Z Warriors.
Dad! Vegeta! We're here to help! Let's show this guy that the Saiyan family is unstoppable!
The trio of Saiyans, with their different levels of expertise and abilities, formed a united front against Takagami. The battle was getting more and more intense, with bursts of energy and flurries of attacks lighting up space like a celestial spectacle. Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and the others channeled their energies to strengthen the connection between the Saiyans and, at the same time, searched for weaknesses in Takagami's defense.
We must keep the pressure on and look for any opportunity to unbalance Takagami.
Dad, Vegeta, Goten, Trunks, we all trust you! Let's defeat this enemy together!
In space, the synergy between the Saiyans reached its peak. Goku and Vegeta, with the energy of their sons and the Z Warriors, fused their attacks in an amazing display of power. Takagami, despite his resistance, began to give ground.
This is not possible! I'm a god! I cannot be defeated!
The connection between his power and the external source was on the verge of collapse. The Saiyans, sensing Takagami's weakness, redoubled their efforts. Goten, Trunks, guided by Piccolo's strategy, attacked from unexpected angles, while Goku and Vegeta continued their frontal assault. Piccolo noticed a key opportunity.
Now, Gohan, it's your time!
Gohan, in his final form ready to take advantage of the opportunity, concentrated his energy and launched himself into the confrontation. With surprising speed, he joined the fight alongside Goku, Vegeta, Goten, and Trunks.
Let's finish this, Dad!
The symphony of energy between the Z Warriors and the Saiyans reached its climax. Takagami, beset on all sides, struggled to stand, and the skies erupted in an explosion of light and darkness as the heroes joined forces to confront the Dark God. The battle reached its climax, and every move decided the fate of the universe. The Z Warriors from Earth watched with eagerness and hope, knowing that victory was within reach, but also aware that the final fight was yet to come. With the Saiyans and the Z Warriors facing Takagami in a cosmic confrontation, However, amidst the chaos of battle, a small distraction allowed Takagami to strike back with furiosity. Goten and Trunks, focused on following Piccolo's strategy, attacked from different angles. However, in a moment of minimal distraction, Takagami seized the opportunity and launched a surprise counterattack. With quick and precise movements, the Dark God managed to evade Goten and Trunks' attacks, countering them with punches and energy blasts.
Ha ha ha! Your efforts are useless, children! I'm the all-consuming darkness!
Goten and Trunks, though agile and powerful, found themselves in a precarious situation. Takagami, with his speed and cunning, left the young Saiyans struggling to keep up.
We have to protect them!
Takagami's concentration of power is increasing. We need to regroup and find a strategy to counter his moves.
Meanwhile, in the sky, Goten and Trunks, despite the setbacks, continued to fight bravely. They tried to coordinate their attacks, but Takagami's speed and cunning proved to be a formidable challenge.
Trunks, we have to stay focused!
I know, but this guy's stronger than I imagined! In an unexpected twist, Takagami launched a blast of dark energy that hit Goten and Trunks, leaving them badly injured. Both Saiyans fell backwards with obvious signs of exhaustion and pain.
Goten! Trunks!
This damned Dark God!
The adult Saiyans intensified their assault, determined to avenge their momentary fall of their sons. Takagami, however, taking advantage of the confusion and despair that gripped the Z warriors, rejoiced in his newly strengthened power.
This is how the heroes of the universe give up. They may fight, but in the end, darkness will always prevail.
The result was becoming even more tense. The Z warriors, though determined, were facing the reality that their fight was far from over. Goten and Trunks, wounded but not defeated, were struggling to recover and rejoin the battle.
We need a new approach. Takagami's strength increases with each passing moment.
We'll protect Goten and Trunks. We'll not let the darkness prevail.
The battle, now more critical than ever, was plunging into a desperate confrontation where the survival of the universe hung in the balance. Gohan, observing the critical situation of his brother Goten and Trunks, could not contain the fury that burned within him. A flash of anger crossed his eyes, and his energy rose to levels that would leave even the most experienced Saiyans dumbfounded. He lunged towards Takagami with shocking speed, ignoring any concern for his own safety.
With this price, you'll pay for hurting my family!
His speed and furiosity impressed everyone on the battlefield. Every blow he delivered carried with it a pent-up rage of a protective brother. Takagami, though initially surprised, adapted to the intensity of Gohan's attacks.
Do you think your anger can stop me?
I'm going to protect my family and the entire universe from your darkness!
The battle between Gohan and Takagami unleashed an energy storm in space. Goku and Vegeta watched in awe and fear as the conflict reached levels that defied comprehension. Despite their determination, they realized they were facing a power beyond anything they had faced before.
This kid, his power is amazing!
We can't let Gohan fight alone. We must support him.
As Gohan continued his relentless assault, Takagami showed a significant improvement in his defensive ability. Every blow was met with inhuman prowess. The battle reached a point where the universe itself seemed to be on the verge of collapse. The epic confrontation between Gohan and Takagami pushed the Saiyan warrior to the limit of his abilities. Despite Gohan's bravery and skill, the Dark God, with unmatched cunning and speed, found an opening in his defense. With a graceful twist, Takagami unleashed a ripping attack, a blast of dark energy that sliced through the air with a malevolent precision. Gohan, surprised by the speed and ferocity of the attack, barely had time to react. The energy wave hit Gohan full on, enveloping him in an explosion of light and darkness. The force of the impact threw Goku's eldest son backwards, causing him to stagger, desperately struggling to stay on his feet. The dark energy left its mark on Gohan's body, marking him with deep, tearing wounds.
Gah! This can't be so strong!
Takagami, with a sinister smile, hovered in the air, observing the result of his devastating attack. The black energy around him seemed to vibrate with satisfaction as Gohan tried to recover.
This is the power you praise so much. You're no match for me, Gohan.
Goku and Vegeta, witnessing the scene from a distance, gritted their teeth helplessly. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment. Goten and Trunks, still injured but recovering, were prepared to rejoin the fight.
Gohan! This damned. We can't let this continue.
Goten and Trunks, sensing the urgency of the situation, approached Gohan to help him. Despite his own injuries, determination shone in his eyes.
Brother, are you alright? Yes, but we need a new approach. We're not going to let this guy get away with this.
Meanwhile, Piccolo and the other Z Warriors were also assessing the situation, looking for any opportunity to change the course of the battle. The pressure on them was mounting, and the need to find an effective strategy was becoming more apparent.
We have to work together. Gohan, can you keep fighting?
Gohan nodded, ignoring the pain coursing through his body. His determination had not dulled, on the contrary. Takagami's imminent threat stoked it.
I can't give up, but we need a strategy. Something that could surprise him. Surprise him, you say?
As the Z Warriors immersed themselves in strategy to counter Takagami, a small distraction took over the battlefield. Goten and Trunks, aware of the need of a different approach, exchanged determined glances. Without saying a word, they assumed the familiar fusion dance stance. The other warriors, immersed in their tactics, barely noticed the sudden disappearance of Goten and Trunks as they performed the fusion. The energy around them condensed into a brilliant flash that revealed Gotenks, Super Saiyan, the powerful fusion of the two young Saiyans.
Ready to give this guy a surprise!
With impressive speed, Gotenks launched himself towards Takagami, who was momentarily startled by the new presence on the battlefield. Gotenks, with his characteristic air of self-sufficiency, began to unleash a series of swift and agile attacks, challenging the Dark God with renewed energy.
Here I come!
Takagami, however, far from being intimidated, smiled sinisterly. With a casual gesture, he deflected Gotenks' attacks as if toying with him.
Is that all you've got, you little fused insect?
Gotenks persisted, intensifying his attacks, trying to find an opening in Takagami's defense. However, the Dark God, with a graceful move, countered each blow with ease.
Come on! It can't be!
In the moment of distraction, Takagami took advantage of the situation. With impressive speed, he launched a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gotenks before he could react. The resulting explosion threw Gotenks backwards, knocking him to the ground unconscious and disfigured.
Gotenks!
This is worse than we thought.
Takagami, now more confident of his superiority, hovered in the air, glaring at the defeated warriors. Goten and Trunks, still unconscious, lay on the ground as Takagami revealed in his moment of victory.
Ha 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 ha! Is this all you offer, Z Warriors? Your desperation only increases my power.
With the outlook darkened by Gotenks' momentary defeat, attention turned to Gohan, who, badly wounded but driven by an inner strength, began to radiate intense energy. The pain in his body seemed to fuel his determination, and a wild golden glow enveloped as his ki reached never-before-seen levels. In the blink of an eye, Gohan transformed into Super Saiyan Phase 3, a form of awesome power that surprised even Takagami. Gohan's hair grew out of control, his muscles swelled, and his expression reflected a mixture of pain and fierce determination.
What is this? A new trick?
Gohan, with a wild roar, launched himself towards Takagami with shocking speed. The force of his blows and the intensity of his attacks shook the battlefield, creating a storm of energy around him. The conflict between light and darkness took on a new dimension as Gohan challenged the limits of his own power.
You're going to pay for what you've done!
Confrontation between Gohan in his Super Saiyan Phase 3 form and Takagami marked a drastic change in the intensity of the battle. The skies, previously serene, witness of the confrontation, darkened with the energy unleashed by both combatants. And each blow resounded like thunder in the vast and silent cosmic space, defying the tranquility of the stars watching from a distance. The explosions of energy briefly illuminated the darkness, creating a chaotic and majestic spectacle at the same time. The flashes of light and shadow intertwined in a frantic dance that reflected the ferocity of the combat. The shockwaves spread out in the distance, distorting space itself and recalling the magnitude of the power unleashed on that battlefield. Each movement was a ballet of strength and dexterity, with Gohan and Takagami challenging each other in a battle that transcended the physical, entering the realms of the mystical and the epic. Their cries of determination were lost amid the din of battle, but their spirits echoed in every exchange of blows, making it clear that this confrontation was not just for dominance or survival, but for the legacy of their lineages and the protection of their worlds. Gohan, his eyes shining with an indomitable determination, channeled all his power in every movement, leaving a trail of energy that shimmered with a force that defied the limits of the unimaginable. His taut muscles, his golden aura glowing with intensity, made him an unstoppable force that sought justice and protection for all those he loved and defended. "You will not escape my justice, Takagami! My determination's like an unbreakable torrent that'll sweep away any darkness you try to sow. Every blow I throw carries with it the strength of all those I protect and defend. I'll not rest until the truth shines on every shadow you've woven with your deceptions. Get ready to face the justice I bring." Gohan roared with fiery fury, his voice echoing across the battlefield like an echo of the very protective will drive him. Every blow he threw carried with it the emotional burden of years of struggle and sacrifice, the determination of a hero willing to do anything for the well-being of his world and his loved ones. On the other hand, Takagami, with his characteristic agility and calculated cunning, dodged Gohan's attacks with fluid and precise movements. His cold and calculating gaze contrasted with the ferocity of the Saiyan, unveiling an enemy who did not underestimate the threat he faced.
Interesting. I see that the power of the Saiyan pride still burns deep in your being, Gohan, but let me tell you this. However intense it may be, will not be enough to defy the chains of your inevitable fate.
Between each exchange of blows and dodges, the battlefield turned into an epic scenario where two titans collided, not only with their bodies, but with their convictions and purposes. The fate of both was intertwined in a deadly dance where determination, skill, and strength merged in a conflict that transcended the physical and went deep into their warriors' souls. The clash of energies was so intense that the Z warriors felt the pressure and overwhelming weight of the unfolding confrontation. The magnitude of the conflict resonated in every corner of the known universe, like an echo of power that transcended planetary barriers and penetrated the very heart of those who were fighting for survival and justice. The fluctuations in ki were palpable, even to those watching from a distance, like a symphony of opposing forces colliding in a chaotic but harmonious dance. Every member of the Z Warriors could feel the electricity in the air, the tension that preceded every strategic move and every heartbreaking blow. The earth trembled under the influence of the unleashed energy, as if the world itself was responding to the duel of titans being waged on its surface. The skies darkened even more, as if the universe itself was holding its breath at the magnificence and terror of that epic contest. In those moments of crisis, the Z Warriors' determination grew even stronger, fueled by the urgency to protect what they loved and to face any adversity with courage and conviction. It was a reminder that during chaos and destruction, the human spirit could shine with an unshakable light. Piccolo, with his strategic mind sharper as a razor, watched every move with meticulous attention. Every gesture, every spark of unleashed energy carried with it the promise of a decisive change during the battle. His intense and serene gaze concealed a precise calculation as he searched for the perfect opportunity to intervene in support of his disciple. Piccolo, with his gaze lost on the horizon as he pondered the situation deeply, added in a calm but determined voice,
Gohan is channeling an incredible power right now. If we manage to amplify their energy and coordinate a joint attack, we could tip the scales in our favor and find the opportunity we need to change the course of this battle.
His mind worked like a meticulous clock, evaluating possibilities and strategies during the chaos that was unleashed in front of him. Meanwhile, at the epicenter of the conflict, Gohan and Takagami continued their titanic duel, each determined to impose their will and determination on the other. Gohan's transformation into Super Saiyan Stage 3 not only gave him enormous strength, but also imposed a demanding tribute in terms of energy and physical endurance. Gohan, his breathing agitated by the effort and intensity of the moment, expressed with determination in his voice between short breaths, "His power! It's overwhelming! But I must stand firm! I can't fail!" Every word resonated with an unwavering commitment as he prepared to face the ordeal ahead of her, his aura glowing with a mixture of exhaustion and relentless resolve. His spirit stood like a burning flame during the storm, braving adversities with a determination that sprang from the core of his being. On the other hand, Takagami, with his arrogant smile and calculated movements, responded to every attack of Gohan with an inordinate confidence in his own dexterity and power. Takagami, with a voice imbued with superiority and a tone that denoted his absolute confidence in his words, defiantly replied,
"Admiral, but naive. Your determination's remarkable, Gohan, but you must understand that no force in this universe can change your destiny."
His voice resonated with an assurance that seemed to defy all opposition, marking a gap between confidence in his power and Gohan's will. His self-assurance was impenetrable as the toughest steel, a psychological barrier that defied even the storms of energy roaring around him. The confrontation was coming to a head as the Z Warriors, with a mixture of worry and palpable hope in their hearts, prepared to intervene at the precise moment that could change the course of the battle. Vegeta, with his intense and analytical gaze, watched every flash of power unleashed by Gohan with a mixture of admiration and concern in his eyes. Vegeta, with his analytical and sharp mind, was muttering to himself in a barely audible tone due to the palpable tension in the air.
"Gohan's unleashing an incredible power."
His words were a whisper, charged with respect and concern, acknowledging the magnitude of the power that Gohan was unleashing at that critical moment.
"But he must maintain control if he wants to survive this,"
he added with a seriousness that reflected his experience in past battles and his understanding of the dangers of losing control over so much unleashed energy. Goku, the legendary warrior who knows the limits and beyond, nodded solemnly at Vegeta's words. Goku, with a calmness that radiated experience and wisdom, recognized with respect in his voice, "We know what it's like to fight at the limit, but Gohan's showing exceptional courage that inspires us all." His words resonated with the depth of one who has faced countless challenges, understanding the nature of struggle and the sacrifice it entails. With admiration palpable in his tone, recognizing the courage and determination of his son during adversity, his voice, serene but full of respect, reflected the confidence in Gohan's potential to overcome any obstacle. Meanwhile, the energy flowing through Gohan was reaching its peak, manifesting itself in an impressive visual spectacle. Its golden aura radiated an intense light that illuminated the surrounding space, making even the distant stars seem to pale in comparison. Gohan, with a roar full of determination that echoed throughout the battlefield, exclaimed with fervor, addressed to his father and Vegeta, "Father! Vegeta! All of you! This power is to protect you all!" His voice carried with an emotional charge of his commitment to the protection of his loved ones, a promise that manifested itself in every flash of his glowing aura, and in every blow aimed at the darkness that threatened his world. His voice, echoing like an echo of hope amid the chaos of battle, his energy, instead of just being destructive, became a beacon of hope for his allies, instilling strength and determination in their hearts. The buildup of energy finally reached its peak when Gohan unleashed a combined attack so powerful that it seemed to tear the very fabric of space. The surprise on Takagami's face was palpable, reflecting the magnitude of the force unleashed by the young Saiyan.
"Impossible! I can't believe the magnitude of your strength, Gohan! You've unweakened a power that defies all my expectations and strategies so far. But you haven't witnessed everything I can do yet. My abilities are not limited to what you've witnessed so far. And I still have cards to play in this game. Get ready to find out that I'm not as easy an opponent to defeat. The true essence of my power is about to be revealed, and I assure you that it'll surprise you. The battle's only just begun, young Saiyan."
The resulting explosion temporarily blinded everyone present, enveloping the battlefield in a dazzling light that eclipsed even the brightest stars in the firmament. As the luminescence slowly faded away, it revealed an impressive but also disturbing scene. Gohan, still in his Super Saiyan Stage 3 form, was still standing, his figure slender but visibly exhausted at the limit of his strength. Was that enough?" He was panting between short breaths, his eyes reflecting a determination that defied the fatigue that overwhelmed him. but Takagami emerged from the rubble with a defiant smile on his face, was making it clear that the battle was far from over.
You're barely scratching the surface, Gohan. Your power is awesome, but you can't beat the darkness that is hanging over you. Your determination's commendable, but the real battle is beyond what you can imagine. My shadows are deeper, and my power is vaster than you think. Get ready to face the true essence of the dark power.
Gohan's energy was fluctuating, a clear sign that his transformation was reaching its limit. The Z Warriors watched with anxiety and determination as the battle reached a critical point. Victory seemed elusive, but their fighting spirit remained unwavering in the darkness that threatened to devour them all.
No! I can't give up this power! It's to protect everyone! To my family! To the earth!
Each word came out between agitated breaths, but charged with an unwavering determination, revealing the deep sense of responsibility and love that drove their struggle. His voice, though weakened by the effort, resounded with a firmness that defined the adversities he faced.
Oh, what a pathetic nobility! Do you think you can fight my darkness with simple desires for protection? Your strength is impressive, but your naivety condemns you. Don't you understand that in this world, nobility and desires for protection are as fragile as glass in front of the tide? No matter how much power you possess, the darkness will always find a crack through which to infiltrate and corrupt everything you value. It's only a matter of time before you realize the futility of your efforts, Gohan.
Gohan, his aura flickering, braced himself for another assault, feeling every fiber of his being burning with determination. However, the accumulated fatigue and the marked wounds on his skin were beginning to take their toll, weighing like chains on his struggle. Every move was a battle against exhaustion and pain, a test of endurance that tested his courage and perseverance. The vision of Takagami, his implacable enemy, distorted slightly before his fatigued eyes, reflecting not only the tumult of the physical battle, but also the dark and twisted connection Takagami maintained with the source of power that fed him. This connection, like a cursed bond, gave Takagami a ruthless strength, but also dragged him into the maelstrom of corruption and out of control. During the fray, Gohan found himself facing not only a formidable opponent, but also the shadow of an evil influence that threatened to consume everything. Every blow thrown and blocked resonated with the intensity of an epic battle between light and darkness, between the determination of a hero and the seduction of a dark and forbidden power. Despite the adversities and uncertainty that surrounded him, Gohan clung to hope like the beacon in a storm, remembering the bonds of friendship and love that drove him to move forward. Every beat of his heart resonated with the will to protect what he valued most in the world, facing the challenge with courage and sacrifice, knowing that true strength lay in his indomitable spirit and in his determination to never give up in the face of the darkness that threatened his world and soul.
Gohan, don't wear yourself out too much. Stay focused and in control. Remember, that true strength lies not only in raw power, but in the ability to stay calm and think strategically amid chaos. Do not underestimate your opponent, and do not get carried away by blind rage. That determination must be backed by intelligence and control. Make every hit count, and don't get distracted from your goal.
His words, full of advice and warnings, sought to remind Gohan of the importance of the mind in battle, in addition to physical strength.
The Super Saiyan Phase 3 form consumes a lot of energy. Gohan needs to find a balance between his power and his stamina. He must learn to control the flow of his ki to maintain his strength without exhausting himself quickly. The key is efficiency. Every movement must be precisely calculated and executed to maximize the impact without wasting energy. It's a challenge to master this state, but if Gohan manages to find that harmony, his potential will be truly formidable.
His words, full of experience and knowledge, sought to guide Gohan towards a better understanding of how to use his power without compromising his endurance in battle. As Gohan and Takagami continued their confrontation, Goku's eyes, a symbol of hope for everyone, shone with determination during the intense strife. His strategic mind was working at full speed, analyzing every move of his son and enemies to find the perfect crack in Takagami's defense. Every glimmer in his gaze reflects years of training, epic battles, and an unwavering desire to protect those he loved. In the distance, Vegeta stood in a fighting position, his Saiyan pride burning like an unstoppable flame. His defiant aura and combat experience combined into a formidable force, ready to unleash his power at the precise moment. Piccolo, with his calculated serenity, was watching the battle with sharp eyes, ready to strategically intervene and balance the scales in favor of his comrades. Meanwhile, Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, were in the middle of the recovery process after the intense confrontation against Takagami. Despite their damage received, his determination did not waver. Both focused on channeling their ki with precision, taking advantage of every breath to restore their energies and strengthen their bodies. Goten, with his indomitable spirit and his face marked with determination, closed his eyes with concentration as he felt the flow of vital energy revitalize his fatigued muscles. "We have to be ready to return to the battle at any moment," he thought to himself, remembering the responsibility he shared with his friend Trunks to protect his family and his home. On the other hand, Trunks, with his mind focused and his ki shining with renewed intensity, was striving to reach an optimal state of recovery. "We can't afford to let our guard down," he reflected, aware of the challenges they still faced and the need to be prepared to face any adversity that stood in their way. Both young warriors knew that the battle was not over yet. With determination in their hearts and their ki channeling with precision, they were preparing for the next chapter in their fight for the protection of their world. "Gohan's giving his best. His strength and determination are impressive, but we need to find an opening to channel more energy towards him and empower his power to the fullest. We must all join forces and find a way to support him in this crucial battle. Our connection as a family and as a team is our greatest strength. Let's make every hit and every effort count to protect our home and those we love." His words, full of determination and hope, reflected his confidence in the team's ability to overcome any challenge when working together. "Your resistance is admirable, but useless. My power is absolute. No matter how much they fight, they won't be able to stop me. My strength is unshakable, and my determination relentless. There is no escape from my dominion. It's time for you to give up and accept your fate under my control." Every word was loaded with arrogance and certainty as Takagami continued to unleash his dark power with ruthless ferocity. Gohan, with a superhuman effort, managed to deflect Takagami's attacks and counterattacked with a burst of brilliant energy. The collision of powers created a shockwave that shook the nearby atmosphere. "I will not allow you to destroy what I love! My bonds and my strength are greater than any darkness you could throw! I'm ready to face any challenge and overcome any obstacle to ensure a secure future for everyone! There will be no place for destruction in my world!"
Your emotions make you weak, Gohan. The real strength lies in the darkness. Your love and your bonds are chains that prevent you from reaching your true potential. Don't you see that the darkness offers unlimited and unrestricted power? Abandon your illusions of grandeur, young Saiyan. Face the truth that only darkness can bring you true strength and absolute dominion over the world.
Every word was imbued with an icy arrogance and a fanatical belief in the corrupting power of darkness. Takagami sought to sow doubts and weakness in Gohan's mind, challenging his conception of strength and courage. The struggle became more intense with each pressing moment. Gohan, despite showing obvious exhaustion with every short breath, remained firm and undetermined, refusing to back down from the challenge Takagami posed. His eyes reflected an unwavering determination as he faced the malevolent machinations of his enemy. However, Takagami's evil cunning was revealed in all its magnitude when he began to manipulate the environment around him with dark mastery. The dark creatures had summoned with his sinister magic were already at the edge of the surface, ready to emerge and join the battle with uncontrollable ferocity. The air was charged with an ominous presence as the shadows of those creatures danced unexpectedly, eager to join the conflict and show their destructive power. Faced with the imminent threat, the Z Warriors did not hesitate to prepare to face these creatures that represented an unknown but tangible danger. Vegeta, with his characteristic defiant tone, exclaimed as he adjusted his combat posture, "I'll not allow those abominations to ruin our path to victory. It's time to show them the true power of a Saiyan." Piccolo, the group's calm strategist, quickly assessed the situation and proposed a plan of action. "We're facing a cunning enemy who uses manipulation as a weapon. We must act with coordination and precision. Gohan, you now take care of containing the creatures. Vegeta, Goku, keep the pressure on Takagami and don't let him breathe easy." Goku, with a determined smile on his face, nodded energetically. "We have it, Piccolo. I'm confident that together we can overcome any challenge that comes our way. We're going to give our best." Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, who were always looking to prove their bravery, exchanged a look of complacency before joining the plan.
Yes, let's show these monsters what it means to be a real team.
Determination shone in the eyes of each Z warrior as they prepared for the upcoming showdown, their hearts resonating with the memory of Ten Shinhan and Chaos's courageous sacrifice. Those moments of heroism and camaraderie resonated like an echo in their souls, reminding them of the price they sometimes had to pay to protect the world they loved. Goku, with a silent bow to his fallen friends, took a moment to remember his valuable lessons of courage and determination.
Our friend showed us that even in the darkest moments, we can find the strength to face any challenge. His sacrifice will not be in vain as long as we keep fighting and keep the flame of hope alive in our hearts. Every blow we take, every obstacle we face is proof of our determination and our commitment to a better future. We'll not let his sacrifice be forgotten. Let's keep fighting with all our heart and spirit."
Vegeta, with an intense gaze fixed on the horizon, added solemnly, "Every battle teaches us something new. We must honor his memory by overcoming our limits, protecting this world, not only for ourselves, but for those who are no longer there." Piccolo, the serene strategist, reflected on the importance of learning from each experience. "Every battle, every loss, strengthens us and teaches us to be better warriors. Let's move forward with determination and wisdom." Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, full of energy and competitive spirit, exchanged a look of respect towards the heroes of the past.
We're going to make their bravery and sacrifice worthwhile. We'll fight with everything we have.
The memory of Ten Shinhan and Chaos became a flame that fanned the determination and fighting spirit of the Z Warriors. With their hearts united in a common purpose, they prepared to face the next challenge with the strength of those who came before them, ready to write the next chapter in the history of defending the Earth against the forces of evil. The battle reached unprecedented levels of intensity, with every move unleashing a wave of energy that shook the battlefield. Gohan, with his indomitable spirit, led the charge against the emerging shadows, channeling his ki into powerful explosions that dispelled the creatures one after another. Every flash of light harbored the determination to protect their loved ones and their home from the darkness that threatened to consume them.
Mr. Piccolo, behind you! Watch your back! The enemy's trying to surprise us with sneak attacks! We can't afford to let our guard down for 1 second in this battle! Our togetherness is our greatest strength, and together we'll overcome any challenge that comes our way! I trust in your strategic wisdom, Mr. Piccolo, but I'm also here to support you in every move! Let's move forward with determination and protect what we value with all our might!
Piccolo responded quickly, deflecting the attack with an energy shield. Thank you, Gohan. Your quick alertness and attention to detail are crucial in this battle. Our coordination and communication are what will keep us one step ahead in the face of our enemies. Let's keep working together. Every move counts in this matchup. By his side, Piccolo displayed his tactical ingenuity with mastery, drawing lines of defense and counterattack with pinpoint accuracy. His strategies were like chess moves on the battlefield, anticipating the enemy's moves and coordinating attacks to maximize the impact. Between them, an almost perfect synchronicity is woven, where Gohan's brute force found balance at Piccolo's strategic cunning.
Vegeta, get ready for our combined attack! We can't hold any back anymore! It's time to deploy all our power and show them what we're capable of! Together, we're unstoppable, Vegeta! Let's prove once again why we're the most powerful Z warriors in the universe! Let's go!
You don't need to tell me, Kakaroto. I'm always ready for the combat.
Our combined power will overcome any obstacle that stands in our way. Get ready to witness the true strength of the Saiyan race. Let's go! Every clash of powers, every rumble of explosions resounded like a chant of resistance, bravery during chaos. The bonds of camaraderie and trust between the Z Warriors were strengthened by adversity, reminding them that together they were more than the sum of their individual abilities. In this ballet of strength and strategy, where each movement had the weight of survival and the hope of a future in which light would prevail over shadows. Vegeta and Goku, in their eternal friendly rivalry forged in countless battles, coordinated their attacks with an almost telepathic synchronization. Like two warriors who share a unique and deep bond, their fiery determination was reflected in every move, every punch, and every burst of energy they threw at their formidable opponent, Takagami.
Goku, it's time to unite our powers to take down this guy once and for all. We'll not allow it to continue sowing chaos and destruction. Our combined strength will be their undoing. Take this, Takagami! This is the end that awaits you for challenging the Z Warriors.
I'm with you, Vegeta. There's no turning back now. Together, we'll put an end to this threat once and for all. Let's get him!
The latter, a formidable adversary in his own right, was forced to quickly divert his attention between dodging the quick and precise strikes of the Saiyans and dealing with the strategic cunning of Gohan and the tactical prowess of Piccolo.
Don't underestimate my powers, Saiyans. My abilities go beyond what you can imagine. Your determination's admirable, but it won't be enough to stop me. Get ready to know the true darkness that resides in this universe.
The frantic dance of attacks and defenses between the protagonists became a ballet of opposing forces, where speed and power merged into an unparalleled combat choreography. Each shock of energy unleashed explosions of ki that lit up the sky like shooting stars on a stormy night, painting the firmament with flashes of power and determination. The battlefield was transformed into an epic scenario where the fates of the combatants were intertwined in a cosmic drama of legendary proportions.
Gohan, now's your time to shine. Use this opportunity to show your true power and determination. We're all counting on you to turn the tide of this battle. Don't hold back. Give your best and make every hit count. The fate of everyone depends on your courage and strength in this crucial moment.
Come on, Dad! Mr. Piccolo! We won't stop until we beat you! Our determination's stronger than ever, and together, we're unstoppable! This is our moment to show that together, we can overcome any obstacle! Let's trust in our bonds, and fight with everything we have!
Meanwhile, Gohan's relentless determination and Piccolo's tactical wisdom added layers of complexity to the conflict, consistently challenging Takagami's strategies and moves. The intensity of the confrontation reached its peak, and with each hero and villain deploying their maximum potential in search of victory. Amid the chaos of battle, friendship and honor and inner strength shone as beacons of hope, in a universe fraught with unfathomable challenges and dangers. Goten and Trunks, following the meticulous plan laid out by Piccolo to the latter, demonstrated a perfect synchronization that bordered on the supernatural. As young Saiyan warriors, their connection was more than a simple strategic alliance. It was the manifestation of a deep and lasting friendship, forged in countless shared trainings and battles. Every movement, every gesture, flowed between them in an innate harmony that only the strongest bonds could sustain.
Goten, your task is to maintain the defensive perimeter. Don't let anything surprise us from behind. Trunks, look for any opportunity to counterattack. We need to take advantage of every gap in their defense to turn the tide in this battle.
Understood, Mr. Piccolo. I'll be attentive and make sure that nothing takes us by surprise.
Following Piccolo's instructions, Goten unleashed bursts of energy with the dexterity and speed typical of the Saiyan lineage.
Come on, Trunks, let's keep the pressure on. Let's not give up and take every opportunity to move forward.
His attacks were precise and forceful, outlining a defensive perimeter around the group with an intensity that left his opponents breathless. Meanwhile, Trunks, a skilled wielder of the energy sword, executed precise and elegant cuts that perfectly complemented Goten's strategic defense.
Don't let any of them through, Goten. Keep our fronts safe while we look for weaknesses in their formation. Let's keep pushing.
Each movement drew lines of glowing energy in the air, creating a dynamic and effective wall of protection that neutralized any threat that dared to get too close to their companions. The combination of Goten and Trunks' skills not only demonstrated their individual mastery, but also their ability to work in a team in a fluid and coordinated way. Their actions were not only the result of practice and training, but also of a deep mutual understanding that allowed them to anticipate each other's movements with pinpoint accuracy. On the battlefield, the symbiosis was their greatest strength, making them an unstoppable force that courageously and determinedly defended those considered their family and home. The battle that was being fought was a whirlwind of energy and strategy, where every move had a deep meaning, and every decision impacted on the future of the contest. Goten and Trunks, the young Saiyan warriors, showed amazing coordination as they threw themselves into combat with a mixture of bravery and dexterity. His movements were like a martial dance, fluid and precise, designed to unbalance the dark creatures summoned by Takagami.
Trunks, to your right! Understood.
The voices of the young people echoed among the booms of explosions and the clash of powers. Each exchange of blows was a symphony of ki, a manifestation of the determination not to give ground in the face of the darkness that threatened to engulf them. Meanwhile, Gohan, with his indomitable spirit, deployed his ki in explosions of controlled energy, creating glowing spheres that exploded with force on impact against the shadows that rushed over them.
We can't give up! Our world depends on this! Every strike, every strategy, everything counts in this crucial battle! Let's keep fighting until the end!
His voice resonated with conviction, injecting courage into his companions. Piccolo, the calm but ruthless strategist, extended his arms with authority, generating defensive barriers that protected the group from surprise attacks. His eyes observed the battlefield with a calculated calm, evaluating every movement of the enemy to find the precise moment to counterattack. Keep the pressure constant. We cannot allow them to make up ground. Every breakthrough we make is crucial to maintaining our advantage. Keep attacking relentlessly. The sound of energy crashes and explosions was deafening, but during the chaos, the group's determination and unity shone like beacons of hope in the darkest night. Each of the Z warriors knew that they were not only fighting for their lives, but for the future of their home and the generations to come. Every attack, every block, was another step towards victory or defeat, and they were not willing to give in to adversity. Amid the furious fray, every strategic move and every technique deployed by the Z Warriors reflected years of training and experience, as well as a bond of trust and camaraderie that strengthened them in the most difficult moments. The coordination between them was a show of synchronization and dexterity, a chaotic but harmonious dance of attacks and defenses that kept at bay the dark forces that tried to dominate them. However, it was at a crucial moment, when hope seemed to be faltering in the face of Takagami's relentless persistence, that Goku and Vegeta, the legendary Saiyans whose power transcended known limits, demonstrated once again why they were revered as the most powerful warriors in the universe. With millimetric synchronization that only they could achieve after years of training in epic battles, they unleashed a devastating combined attack that shattered Takagami's defenses, leaving them exposed and vulnerable in the face of the final counterattack of the brave defenders of the Earth. The impact of their combined energy resounded on the battlefield like divine thunder, shaking reality itself with its overwhelming power. The energy blasts and shockwaves spread out like a gale, sweeping away any obstacles in their way and marking a decisive turn in the confrontation. The hearts of the Z Warriors swelled with renewed hope as they witnessed the result of the bravery and determination embodied in Goku and Vegeta, who were not only allies but also rivals who raised each other to new heights of power and dexterity. This epic moment not only symbolized the brute strength of the legendary Saiyans, but also the depth of their connection as battle companions and friends. Her self-sacrifice and dedication to protecting her home and loved ones shone with an intensity that defied the shadows of despair. With Takagami vulnerable before them, Earth's heroes prepared for the final assault, determined to put an end to the dark threat looming over their world and restore the lost peace. As this crucial opportunity approached, Gohan and Piccolo, two warriors whose togetherness goes beyond simple camaraderie, combined their powers with synchronization and understanding that only the closest battle partners could achieve. With relentless determination and a strategic focus sharp as the edge of a sword, they faced the creatures summoned by Takagami, with a bravery that inspired everyone present on the battlefield.
Mr. Piccolo, keep the rear guard. I'm going to the front. It is crucial to maintain our formation and protect our backs as we move forward towards the main battle. I trust you to keep us safe from behind.
Understood, Gohan. Don't let your guard down. Our coordination is key for being victorious. Stay alert and move forward with determination. Together we'll overcome this challenge.
Gohan's energy, bright and powerful as the sun as it peaks, was intertwined with Piccolo's tactical cunning and dexterity, creating a symphony of power and skill that defied expectations. Each coordinated movement between them was a masterful combined dance, where offensive and defense intertwined in a lethal harmony. The creatures summoned by Takagami, who once posed a formidable threat, now found themselves at a disadvantage in the face of the unbreakable union of these two exceptional warriors. The battlefield lit up with flashes of brilliant energy as Gohan and Piccolo unleashed their full potential, overcoming every obstacle with steely determination and calculated strategies. The trust between them was palpable, a connection that transcended words and manifested itself in every punch and every block. With each enemy defeated, their path to Takagami cleared, bringing them closer and closer to the final victory they sought to protect their world and their loved ones.
Gohan, you need to buy time. I will prepare my best attack to defeat these creatures. I trust you can keep them busy while I get ready. Together, we can change the course of this battle.
Mr. Piccolo, I'll do my best to buy time. My goal is to keep these creatures at bay as long as possible so I can prepare their attack. Trust me, I won't let you down.
The moment of truth was approaching, and Gohan was advancing with a firm step, while Piccolo prepared his best attack to defeat these creatures summoned by Bahamut's disciple and put an end to the darkness that had threatened his home. His fiery determination was a beacon of hope for those who witnessed his courageous struggle, reminding them that strength lies in the unity and indomitable spirit of those who fight for justice and peace. The critical moment came when every move decided the fate of the battle. Gohan, in a last effort, took his final form. With his bright and determined aura, advanced to the front of the battle line, facing the dark creatures with a mixture of bravery and strategy, as he blocked the onslaughts of the shadows with his dazzling ki. The creatures summoned by Takagami were not easy rivals to beat, but Gohan in his ultimate form took a lot of confidence and began to face the creatures they are facing. Gohan knew that keeping the creatures at bay was crucial to allowing Piccolo to unleash his full power. While Gohan struggled to contain the shadows with his fast movements and powerful attacks, Piccolo concentrated his energy preparing for the most powerful technique. The tension on the battlefield was palpable, but there was no room for doubt. Confidence in their abilities and in their partner was the key to facing the darkness that threatened to consume them.
Gohan, keep it up. You're demonstrating exceptional courage and impressive mastery on the battlefield. Every movement of yours is a barrier that prevents the advancement of these creatures. It's crucial that you hold this firmness for a few more moments while I finalize the preparations for my final ultimate technique. I have full confidence in your abilities and determination. Remember that our teamwork is the key to overcoming any challenge. Keep the pressure on and don't let your guard down. Together, we can turn the tide of this battle and protect our loved ones.
Understood, Mr. Piccolo. I'll not allow them to advance a single step further. You can trust me. I'm fully prepared to take on this responsibility and keep these creatures at bay. Together, we can overcome this and protect our loved ones. My determination's unwavering, and I'll not back down in the face of this challenge, because I know that every stroke I stop here is a step towards victory. Our teamwork and mutual trust will give us the strength to prevail in this battle. Let's show them what we're capable of and write our own destiny in this struggle.
The scene unfolds with increasing intensity as Gohan definitively plunges into the maelstrom of combat. His determination is reflected in every gesture, and every tense muscle, and in every flash of energy that emanates from his being. The creatures summoned by Takagami's nightmarish creatures with twisted shapes and burning eyes fiercely advance towards Gohan, seeking to overwhelm him with their numbers and their uncontrolled fury. Gohan, however, is not daunted. His ki shines around him like an aura of power, marking every movement with a clear purpose.
When the first creature lunges with sharp claws, Gohan responds with a precise block, channeling his energy to stop the attack with a glowing barrier. The resulting impact makes the ground tremble under his feet, but Gohan remains steadfast, his eyes fixed on his opponent. Each subsequent blow is an exhibition of martial skill and ki control. Gohan moves with grace and speed, dodging the onslaughts of creatures with fluid movements, and countering with calculated blows. His fists and legs turn into bursts of energy, hitting the enemies with force and precision. Each impact causes bursts of energy that light up the battlefield, drawing bright arcs in the air and kicking up swirls of dust around them. The creatures do not retreat easily. Their resistance is stubborn, and their thirst for destruction is insatiable. Gohan is forced to deploy more advanced techniques, combining his speed and strength with concentrated energy attacks. Ki waves cut through the air as Gohan releases bursts of controlled energy, seeking to weaken his opponents and open gaps in their defenses. Every block, every dodge, is a dance of anticipation and reaction. Gohan relies on his training and his intellect, reading the movements of the creatures, responding with precise movements. Your connection to your spiritual energy is evident in every movement, every pulse of energy emanating from your being. Meanwhile, Piccolo completes the charge of his definitive technique, his absolute concentration palpable in the air. The sound of his pent-up energy resonates on the battlefield, adding a layer of palpable tension to the charged atmosphere of battle. Gohan feels Piccolo's accumulated power as a beacon of hope and a call to redouble his efforts.
This is our chance, Gohan. Keep the pressure on them, and don't give them any respite. Every move of yours is crucial right now, as we are close to changing the course of this battle. I trust in your ability to keep them at bay, while we prepare our counterattack. Keep your determination, and keep going. Together, we can make it happen.
Gohan nods with determination as he prepares for the next attack. The combat dance between Gohan and the creatures reach its climax when Gohan, with a graceful twist, unleashes a series of energy blasts that cut through the enemy ranks. The creatures recoil momentarily, their twisted forms showing signs of weakness for the first time.
Goten! Trunks! I need you to be alert! Mr. Piccolo is preparing a powerful attack! Move quickly and maintain your defenses! Our coordination is crucial at this critical moment of the battle. We can't afford to make mistakes now. I'm confident in your ability to respond quickly and effectively. Stay focused and keep fighting with determination. Come on, we can still turn the tide of this battle in our favor.
The moment came when Gohan, with a precise movement, opened a breach in the creature's defenses, allowing Piccolo to unleash his devastating attack. With a resounding scream, Piccolo releases his ultimate technique, a beam of concentrated energy that cuts through the sky like a fiery comet.
Makankasapo!
The pure energy swirls frantically around the lightning, forming a spiral of controlled energy that seems to dance in the air with calculated ferocity. The extreme concentration of energy causes a burst that radiates a dazzling radiance, as if the sun itself were transcending on the battlefield. The energy beam, with its incomparable power, transverses the enemy ranks with pinpoint accuracy, neutralizing the creatures with an amazing efficiency that takes the breath away of those who witness its devastating impact. The initial explosion is only the prelude to the destruction that is unleashed. The torrent of concentrated energy envelops the creatures in a lethal embrace, eroding their forms with an overwhelming intensity. Each wave of energy emanating from the ray is like a chisel, carving out space itself, gradually disintegrating the creatures that meet its path with an inexorable inevitability. The show is both majestic and terrifying, with the energy displayed manifesting in vibrant colors that collide and intertwine in a chaotic dance. The controlled destruction leaves in its wake a trail of disintegration that seems to defy the very laws of physics, demonstrating the supreme power that resides in the hands of those who master the arts of combat and energy control. The battlefield gradually quieted down, the dark threat dissipating with each defeated creature. Gohan and Piccolo, breathing heavily, but with a satisfied smile, met in the center of the battlefield, knowing that their teamwork and determination had tipped the scales toward victory. Now, with the road to Takamagami clear, they were preparing for the final assault.
confident that their union would return their greatest strength. The battlefield gradually quieted down, the echo of controlled destruction echoing through the air as the enemy creatures vanquished before the combined might of Gohan and Piccolo. The glow of the dissipated energy hinted at the near victory, marked by the determination and teamwork of the brave warriors Z, Gohan, and Piccolo, breathing heavily but with a smile of satisfaction on their faces, met in the center of the battlefield, exchanging looks of complicity that spoke of a bond forged in battle and camaraderie. Meanwhile, in another part of the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta were facing Takagami in an epic duel that defied the limits of known power. With their faces marked with determination and their eyes shining with a fierce intensity, the two legendary Saiyans demonstrated once again why they were considered the most powerful warriors in the universe. His movements were like a whirlwind of quick attacks and precise defenses, each strike resounding like thunder in the energy-charged air.
Vegeta, keep the pressure on! Let's finish this together!
Of course, Kakarot. I'm not gonna let this guy beat us.
The intensity of their confrontation filled the battlefield, making the ground shake with every energy shock. Takagami, although powerful, was in a challenging position in the face of the unstoppable combination of Goku and Vegeta.
I'll not underestimate your power, Saiyans. I recognize their bravery, but their determination will not be enough to stop me. My strength is unshakable. My power is unstoppable. Get ready to face the real darkness.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.